Now the topic before us is test your Python knowledge, valid or invalid variable names. When we are creating variables, we have to give them names. The names have to be valid and there are certain variable naming conventions which we have to follow, such as the variable name can contain letters in small or in capital letters, or there may be use of underscore. Then there is a variable naming convention that the variable name cannot start with number. Then except underscore, other special characters are not allowed in variable naming. So here we will test whether we have been able to understand the concept of variable naming properly, whether we can identify the difference between valid and invalid variable names. So here we start. The first variable name given in the example before us is basic salary. Here you can find that all the letters in this word basic salary are in capital letters. So we have already learned that in variable naming convention, the variable naming convention allows us to have the variable name in upper or in small letters. So here it is valid variable name. It does not has any special characters such as exclamation, percentage, dollars, etc. Next is second underscore place. Here you can find that the variable name starts with a number and that is 2. We have already learned that as per variable naming convention, the first letter has to be either underscore or some letter, that is A to Z in small or capital letters. So as here the variable name starts with number, that is 2, here it is invalid. Next is first name. You can find that there is a space in between this variable name. So we have already learned that there cannot be any space between the variable name. So it is invalid. There cannot be any space in the variable name. Next is plot #3. We have already learned that in the case of variable name, special characters such as hashtag, percentage, dollars are not allowed. Only the special character which is or the special symbol which is allowed is underscore. So here this is invalid variable name. The best or the valid variable name can be plot underscore 3. Now the next is customer 2023. Here it is valid variable name because here we have made the use of letters in capital letters and the numbers have been also used. The valid variable name allows us to use the letters, numbers and space. However, the number cannot occupy the first place in the variable name. That is, this variable name cannot start with number. Next is customer underscore name. It is a valid variable name. As per the variable naming convention, we can have the variable name where the letters are in capital letters or in small letters, or we can make use of digits 0 to 9, or we can make use of underscore. Here we are making use of letters in small numbers, and here we have used underscore. Here it is valid variable name. Now the next is data followed by two underscores and then set, data set. But here you will find that there is a space in the variable name. As per the variable naming convention, there cannot be a space in between the variable name. So here it is invalid. Further, it is not recommended to use the underscore twice in the variable name. The valid variable name can be data underscore set. Next is product hyphen price. As per the variable naming convention, we can have letters, numbers, and the underscore, but we cannot have hyphen. This is the special character, so it is the invalid variable name. However, the valid variable name can be product underscore price, because here we are using underscore. It is a valid. However, if we are using hyphen in the variable name, it becomes invalid. Now these words like if, else, for, while are reserved keywords. They cannot be used as variable names. Now here we have a variable name, calculate area of a triangle where length of each side is 10 meter. Here we are making use of underscore as well as there is hyphen. You already know that in the case of variable naming conventions, we can make use of letters. It is okay that we are making use of letters. We are making use of underscore, it is also okay. But here we have used hyphen. So it becomes invalid variable name. Further, it is not recommended to have a very long variable name. It is recommended to have a readable variable name which is short and not very long. It can be descriptive but not too lengthy. Now the first next is to name. Here you can see that as per variable naming convention, the variable name can have letters, numbers, and underscore, but the variable name cannot start with number, so it is invalid variable name. However, if it is written as name to, it can be valid variable name. Here next is q, and at the last is full stop. Here it is dot is present, so here it becomes invalid because dot cannot be used in variable name. Only we can use underscore in a variable name. Next is constant underscore value. Here it is a valid variable name because here we are making use of letters in uppercase and we are also making use of underscore. Here we are not making use of any special characters except underscore. Next, the valid variable name, here given example is x. It is valid variable name, but it is not a descriptive a variable name. It is recommended to have a descriptive type of variable name. It is too short and uninformative. It does not provide information which type of value will be contained in it. So to avoid, we should avoid naming any variable with the words or letters like x Y, Z, etc. Instead, we can use the variable names such as total underscore cost, or we can use user underscore name, such like descriptive variable names we should use. It is recommended, though it is a valid variable name, but it is not descriptive. Next, price and followed by dollar sign. As already told that in the case of variable naming conventions, we cannot make use of any special characters except underscore. So here it is invalid variable name. Next is hello. Here it is H is written in small letter and the rest of the characters are in upper letter in capital letters. Now technically valid. However, it is recommended to have a proper manner, such as we can have the variable name as hello, where the first word is in capital letters. It is not recommended to use uppercase or lowercase inconsistently. Now, the next example given to us is team's victory. Here, you can find that there is apostrophe used in this variable name. Further, there is space in between team's victory. There is a space. Space is not allowed. Further, apostrophe is also not allowed. So here it is invalid variable name. Now the next is hello followed by exclamation sign. As already told that valid variable name can contain letters, numbers and underscore, but it cannot contain any other special character. So here it is the exclamation sign which is coming at the last and which is not allowed in variable naming convention. So here it is invalid variable name. Now the next is total underscore score 1. As per variable naming conventions, we can make use of letters in small or capital A to Z. We can make use of digits 0 to 9. We can also make use of underscore. So here we can find that here it is in capital letter, then these are in small letters. Here it is underscore, then score is written in letters, then there is number. So it does not violate any variable naming conventions. So here it is valid variable name. I hope you might have understood the concept of variable naming conventions with the help of many examples, and now you will be in a position to name the variable in a proper manner which is valid as per the variable naming conventions. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.